Oh, another caller with no ID, or maybe your phone has labeled it as a potential spam call. Many of us get calls like this every single day with people on the other end just trying to scam you out of your money. That is one of the many battles that North Carolina Attorney General Josh Stein has been fighting and is looking for a solution for. He's joining us this evening to answer your consumer related questions, everything from scam calls to bad business practices. We're going to talk about the task force as well and decriminalizing marijuana. You can ask your questions. Here's how you do it. You call, you text. Actually, you text, don't call. Just wanted to make sure you text those questions to us right now, 336-379-5775. We're going to keep that number up at the bottom of the screen throughout the next 15 minutes so that you'll be able to have that number so you can ask questions. All right. So the first question that we got, of course, has to deal with the robocalls. It says, if you put your name down for the do not call registry, does that mean you will stop getting all the random texts and calls?
Tanya, pleasure to be with you. And I wish signing up for the do not call list could put an end to all of our collective misery with these robocalls. But unfortunately, the calls that we're getting, and they're using spoofed numbers. Spoofing means it's not the number it actually originates from, but some other number that may look familiar to you. It may have the same 3 digits to start. Those are almost by definition illegal calls. And so they don't care that you're on the do not call registry. They are violating the law by calling you. Tracking them down is the challenge, to hold them accountable. And we are doing our best to improve the system. There's technology that the telephone companies are in the process of deploying right now called Stir Shaken, that when each telephone company has finalized and adopted this technology, we're going to be able to ensure that the numbers actually reflect, the number on your screen reflects who's calling you. And it'll be easier for law enforcement to track who is the source of all of these illegal robocalls. Our objective is to put an end to these robocalls. They are incredibly harassing and annoying, but they're also a source of fraud on vulnerable people to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars.
All right, this next text is a follow-up to that. It says, my mom tells callers to remove her number from their database. Should she be doing that?
Yes, she may as well, because some percentage of the callers she gets are legitimate companies. So a legitimate company that calls and you tell them to put your number on the do not call list, they will do that. But unfortunately, the majority of these telephone callers, they don't care. They could care less about the do not call registry, either the national one or their internal registry.
All right, this next text says, any Christmas themed scams that commonly make the rounds this time of year?
Yeah, there are all kinds of scams that happen at this time of year simply because so many dollars are moving in the economy. People are shopping online. And so there are scam companies that set up retail web pages that look legitimate, but they're not. They never sell you the merchandise. And so deal with retailers you know. Make sure that there's a little lock icon at the top. That'll tell you that the website is secure and not subject to hacking from outside criminals. When you pay, use a credit card, not a debit card if you have a credit card, simply because with a debit card, that money can be gone and you can't get it back if it's a criminal offshore. But if it's a credit card, you can challenge that payment and get refunded whatever money you paid. Then when it comes to delivering these packages, because so many people are online, make sure that you're not leaving packages for an extended period on your front porch, because there are people this time of year who do nothing other than simply drive through neighborhoods to see if there are boxes sitting on people's front porches that they can go and steal. So be careful. And then, of course, charitable contributions are another source of fraud. Make sure you deal with known charities, ones that you have that have a good reputation. Do the research about who the charities are. There's websites called Charity Navigator that can tell you if the charity is legitimate or not. Don't be fooled by the name of either a retailer or a charity. It's so easy to buy a web page and use a good name. Deal with folks you know. That's a bottom line recommendation. And if you have any question, please call my office. I have folks who work at the Department of Justice who their job is to help you when you're confused or uncertain. 877-5-NO-SCAM and ask them any question. It's much better to stop a scam from happening on the front end than it is to try to get your money back after it's occurred.
And I think that's a really good point. In fact, we're going to continue on with our questions, but as we head to break, let's put up the information for folks so that they know how to make a complaint to the Attorney General's office. And this can be a complaint about anything and everything from scams to robocalls to price gouging to whatever it happens to be. We'll put that information up as we head to break, and we'll be back answering more of your questions in just a few minutes.